Now then, very special moment this. We have the Ardbeg 10-year-old here in warehouse number 3.
Yeah, indeed.
Dunner's warehouse at Ardbeg Distillery on the island of Islay with Colin, distillery manager. Thank you so much for joining us. And
thanks for coming.
yeah, very much looking forward to revisiting, which I'm sure for many people is a classic dram, probably one of a mainstay of most people's whiskey collections. I assume this is one of your
Ardbeg
favourites.
10. No, it's you know, it's amazing. We've had quite a journey, Ardbeg, and you know, with the highs and lows and great periods of growth at the distillery and crashing. And 80s we were closed. 90s we didn't make too much till Glenmorangie bought the distillery in 97. And they were working up to a whiskey that would become the sort of stalwart or the in the core range.
Is this when they went through the still young, nearly there?
Peaty pathway,
Peaty
absolutely,
path
yeah. So you know, very young, still young, almost there, and then you got to the Renaissance, and then 2008. 2008 we had sort of built enough stock that we could really. You know, concentrate on having a core range, and the core range really was built around the 10. The 10-year-old is a mix of all American oak.
Okay.
Ardbeg works beautifully in American oak, and it's a mix of some refill, but a lot of first fill American oak to really amplify the sweetness and vanilla notes and things like that. But it is a whiskey of balance, of absolute. We're all different on Islay. That's what I love about the industry, right? We all same ingredients, but we're all got our differences. And especially the South Islay, where we are just now, our neighbours beside us, and then you come to Ardbeg, and it's just this balance of you take really heavily peated malt, really, 55 parts per million, sooty, very phenolic malt. By the time we run that through our process, you get to the still house, you've got tall stills, the purifier, encouraging reflux. You end up with this unbelievably balanced spirit of sooty, sort of smoky, ash-like notes from the peat, but with this incredible citrus, flora, sort of slightly herbal note to it. Just this incredible balance, and the 10 just shows that off better than any other whiskey.
And I think, obviously, you say it was introduced 2008, did you say?
First? In the core range, So. It's been going a wee while.
Yeah, and since, I mean, from my experience, it's always been consistently excellent. I think some distilleries with their core expression, it's kind of, they have a slight batch variation, or some people say, it's tailed off in recent years. Ardbeg 10 consistently, 90 points or whatever if you're scoring it at 100.
No, it's good. We take great pride in that because. It's up to us at the distillery to make great spirit, right? And it's got to be consistently good. And if you put it in good casks and look after it, and we spend a lot of money on casks. And Dr. Bill Lumsden, who oversees whiskey creation, got great contacts in the industry to make sure we're spending money and buying good casks. But at the end, you should have a great product. And with 10, it's the one people go back to. And it's funny, we do a lot of releases at Ardbeg. We like to innovate and try about. But it's great when you do a tasting or you revisit the 10 because it's so many people's favourite. We get asked a lot, "What's your favourite?" And it depends what mood I'm in. But generally, I will tend to say the Ardbeg 10. I just think it's a classic.
It's a great one as well when I've done like blind tastings because most people feel like they know Ardbeg 10, but when you have it without knowing what it is, you think that is stunning. It's just like 30-year-old Port Ellen. Is this like?
It's funny. We did a tasting down the pier quite recently, and they put oysters out, and it was Ardbeg 10, but no one had left a bottle, and it's always your worst nightmare when you're the distillery manager and you come up and say, "What is it?" Because you don't want to get caught off guard, But as soon as you nose it and taste, you're like, that's the 10, and how well it went with the seafood, it was amazing.
Cool. Well, very excited. I say this is one I feel like we both know fairly well, but always a pleasure to revisit. So we'll give this a little try. Thank you so much.
Now it's 46%. We and remember there's no colour added to Ardbeg. So this is all natural colour from the American oak, from the ex-bourbon casks. But we bottle at 46% because we don't chill filter. We don't chill filter Ardbeg, so it's got a wee bit more strength, so it just keeps the haze away.
Because above that there's no need to chill filter. Is that
That's
right?
right, yeah. But obviously, traditionally, chill filtration was done if you were at a lower strength and you didn't want a haze if it gets cold. So but it works well because we don't chill filter, so you keep everything in that mouthfeel and the lipids and all sorts, the fatty acids that are going to give you that great mouth coating. But you also get a wee bit more strength, so a bit more bang for your buck.
Yeah, no, it's an absolute classic. Colour, obviously, with most Ardbegs fairly light, but you know, it's not really relevant. I think it's, as you say, it's all American oak. Some first fills, you do get a nice sort of
you do.
golden influence there.
Absolutely.
From the cask, is it mainly a kind of soft, sweet vanilla, kind of honey flavours?
A lot of the classic notes that you tend to get from the American oak, and the great. I mean, you see it in quite a lot of our range. The longer, obviously, we're keeping in American oak, you push a lot of, tropical fruit flavours but it works so well because I think it really amplifies some of these citrusy notes that we get in our new make. But it's sweet on the nose, and it's fruity on the nose. I mean, and that's this whole thing about the balance. I mean, the smoke is there, but you've got so much ramping up to the forefront, and this is all to do with the balance. And that is just classic Ardbeg.
That's the key, isn't it?
I just get I always get a big lime note, like a citrus, lemon and lime, and sort of green apples. There's big, and that's these really light sort of estery notes that we're.
Yeah, I think often with with smoky whiskies, you get drawn into that semantic field of it's quite dirty and oily and farmyard and all this sort of stuff. But there is, as you say, there's that cleanness, there's that slight sweetness to it as well.
Yeah.
As you say, the smokiness is still there, but it's
And there's you get the smoke, the peat smoke, and you're getting some of that sort of sooty, and there's it is there. And but I always think when you nose it, it's vibrant and it's fresh.
Yeah.
But as soon as we drink that, you're going to get that big Ardbeg, the mouthfeel, that ash mouth coat, and the wood smoke that you're expecting to get from it. So.
But yeah, I suppose we'll give us a little try.
Slange.
Slange, thanks for having us. I mean, it's just great stuff. I mean, if you're looking for any kind of like off notes, I'm just like, nope. It's
you know what you're getting, but it's great. Always a good finish on it. There's lots there, great depth to it, and like I say, I just get a big, like that wood smoke, kind of barbecue mouth coating, but with that real like freshness and lime zesty sweetness.
Often with a whiskey that's got as much smoke as this, often it can become quite, turn into a bit of a monster sometimes. It's a bit kind of all over the place. But this retains, an elegance with it as well, which is, I imagine, is from distillation.
Yeah, and
the guys do it.
Yeah, the stills are big stills. Ardbeg's obviously big stills, so you're promoting reflux, lots of copper contact.
Yep.
Others who may want to promote a sort of heavier still will have shorter, dumpier stills. Sure. But Ardbeg, the big stills, and like we were saying, the purifier, the fact that you're encouraging reflux, you just those sort of the fusel oils and things that come sort of later in your run, as your sort of your spirit's starting to move on towards the tail of the run to the faints, those sort of heavier notes that they're going to fall back into the purifier, and it lightens everything, and it works so well, especially when then you stick it in American oak first fill and refill. You just get such balance to it.
Yeah, no, it is an absolute stunner. And obviously this one, age statement 10 years old. Is there maybe a touch of older whiskey in there as well, or is it fairly strict at 10 on the dot?
I mean, we always, depending on the bottlings we're doing, but consistency is key. Everything obviously has to be nosed when we disgorge all the casks on site. It's all done here at Ardbeg, and then when we have to make sure it's cross-checked and that we're happy with it. But there'll be some a wee bit older than that. I mean, we don't have massive stocks at Ardbeg. We're building stock over time, but so there's times where I'll
benefit from a bit of 1976, and the accountants will be freaking out.
Yeah, no, those days are long gone. But no, there is definitely a wee touch sometimes older just to give it a wee lift.
No, it's, I mean, as we said at the start, it's an absolutely classic whiskey. It's a one that, I think there's few whiskies for me that as soon as I finish a bottle on my shelf, there's something missing when it's not there, so go out and get a replacement.
Could be instantly transported to being in this very warehouse next time you drink that as well. So.
No, it's an absolutely stunning drop, and yeah, look forward to it being a part of the Ardbeg story for years to come. So yeah, thanks again for having us here and sharing such a stunning dram.
Pleasure. Thank you very much. Cheers.